In this lesson, we are going to talk about Gradle Dependency Management. Let's start off by explaining the dependency format by looking at the JUnit dependency. The dependency format consists of three parts. The first part is the group, which is the org name and the provider of the dependency, which is JUnit. And the second part is the name, which is the name of the dependency. And the third part is the version, which is the version of the dependency. This is the long version to write the dependency. Now I'm gonna change it to the short version by removing the group, name, and version words. And replacing the comma with colons and removing the single quotations. So that should be it. While both the long version and the short version are acceptable, the short version is more preferred. Another key concept we want to talk about is transitive dependencies. Generally, we have two types of dependencies. The first type is the direct dependency, which we mention in our build.gradle file, like the JUnit dependency and the JSoup dependency. And the second type is the transitive dependency. Now, what is the transitive dependency? Transitive dependency is a dependency required for our direct dependency. Now let's find if we have a transitive dependencies, and to do that, let's run Gradle Dependencies from the terminal. And I'm gonna execute Gradle-Q dependencies. And -Q means quiet mode, which gives you kind of focus view instead of having a lot of information. In our build.gradle file, we have JUnit being invoked during the test implementation phase. Over here, we can see the test implementation has the direct dependency JUnit version 4.12. However, we know the test implementation applies to the test compile class path and the test runtime class path. We will dig further into these different configurations in the next lesson. We see here that our direct dependency, JUnit, relies on another dependency, which is hamcrest. For this reason, hamcrest library considered a transitive dependency. By the way, hamcrest is a testing framework that provides advanced assertion matchers. Now let's add Makito as another dependency. Makito is a mocking testing framework, and I'll add it to the test implementation configuration. I'll clean the terminal and again run Gradle-Q dependencies. And as we see here, Makito has two additional transitive dependencies. One of them is hamcrest. We can see that Makito used version 1.1 of hamcrest dependency. However, our JUnit used version 1.3. Gradle here decided to change the version 1.1 to 1.3 because we have a recent version. Now let's say we don't need to use the hamcrest version that comes with Makito because it might cause conflict with another dependency for hamcrest. In this case, we can exclude it. In the build.gradle file, we'll make this change. So we have Makito dependency here, but between the curly braces, we have added a line here to exclude the hamcrest dependency. Now let's clean the terminal and again run the Gradle-Q dependencies. We can see here that Makito does not have hamcrest dependency.